Alright, hello everybody. It's Tyler again, and today is the 18th of April, so literally the day before you guys are going to see this. Literally an hour and a half before you guys are going to see this. You can see how fucking late I'm getting with these videos, but right now, today, before I tell you guys about the video and what's going on, okay, first of all, if anyone can help me out here, my game looks so desaturated on my screen here. Like, on full screen, it looks so fucking ugly, and I'm not too sure why that's been happening. I might try to reinstall the game. I don't know, and I've been constantly, I get a constant 60 when I get on full screen mode, so I'm not too sure. But it looks good for you guys, so I'm not going to complain. But this is how we're looking so far. So obviously, I don't know how I made it, or how far I got previously, but I finished this house. This starter base is here too. This is going to be a garden, which I've started to build up. And this is like a little fishing house where there's 2 levels and then a dock at the bottom where you can dock your boats and go out for adventures. You can see here. And I have stuff for storage and shit here, which is so cool. And then, yeah, you have 2 levels of fishing docks. So if people want to fish on different levels, they most certainly can. But the whole reason why I wanted to record this video is because I want to tell you guys how I've been doing. And what better way to do that than with fishing? And it's partially the reason why I've been posting so much kind of slop content lately. Perfect, I need some Minecraft music to talk about these moments. But it's the reason why I've been posting so much slop content lately. And I'm going to get a little bit more personal than I usually do in these videos. Oh, shit. What did I get? I'm breaking 3. Alright, we're keeping that. It's about how I've been feeling lately about everything going on. I normally don't get personal like this, but it's been affecting my videos, and I feel like putting it out like this is going to make me feel a little bit better about what's going on. For the past month and a half, mainly out of jealousy, I've started to debate whether or not I should continue with what I'm doing. And this goes for weightlifting, skincare, and YouTube, right? Not so much YouTube, but weightlifting and skincare, because those are like my 2 biggest goals right now. And I'd see people, especially people that I used to know, going out and achieving their body goals, even though they're lifting less than me, being bigger than me, and I was just so frustrated. I was like, why the fuck are these people achieving greater things than I am? And I've spent double the time. And I sound like a baby, but you know what? Fuck it. I gotta put this video out. Why are people doing this shit in 2 years when I've done it for 4 and I've barely gotten anywhere? A lot of it has to do with me not knowing anything about this shit, but it really got to me. And once a week, almost, pretty much, once or twice a week, I'd be sitting around thinking, why the fuck am I still doing this? Like, I absolutely hate this. Like, I'm not built for this. And I ran with that, you know what I mean? I thought that I really just wasn't built for this, and the second I had to work 23 hours on an assignment over a weekend span, I cracked. I fucking cracked. Like, after watching the Minecraft movie, I cracked, and I started building this shit as a way to escape. The entire day I've spent doing absolutely nothing but staying inside. That's all I've been doing today. And it's been numbing. It's been numbing my pain for how I've been feeling for a while. And I don't even know why the fuck I'm recording this. Like, this is so embarrassing. But I feel like this gives context to the videos I've been recording lately. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not proud. I'm so not proud of it. I am not proud of anything that I've been doing lately. For the past 2 weeks, I haven't been at the gym. I haven't probably showered in a few days. Like, I'm fucking nasty. But the whole reason why I'm recording this now, not only for the fact of me wanting to keep up this schedule, but it's also because I sat down and really talked to myself for a bit, and this has all just been one huge defense mechanism against me. Oh, you know what this probably is? It's probably because I have my brightness all the way up. And if I set it to like, ooh, shit. It do look different though. It looks fucking different. It doesn't matter. It still looks different. Anyways. I sat down and I really thought about it, and this is gonna be like the most selfish, most arrogant shit ever. But I don't want it to sound like I'm a victim when I say this. It's like, I'm really not built for this shit. Like, I'm absolutely not built for these goals that I'm going after. And the reason why I say that is because, really, like, I'll be honest, I had extreme autism growing up. Like, extreme. To the point where I couldn't even speak English. Like, I was like a low-functioning autistic person. And I had to put in a lot of work, even at like 3 years old, to just talk. Like, I've never been built for socializing, romance. Like, I was never built for any of this shit. And I had to grind for a lot of the shit that I got. And obviously, right? Like, who the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, right? But even with weightlifting, and this might sound like, to my friends, like, oh my god, he's not putting in the work. You guys saw me at the gym 5 times a week. You guys can't say this shit. I literally, naturally have like a huge stomach. Naturally. It's been hereditary with my dad, and I'll be honest too, like, for the longest time, I was like practically anorexic when I was younger. I was like sucking my stomach and shit to, you know, see how flat my stomach could get, but it would never become flat. I've always been big boned. I've always been huge stomach. It's always been a part of me. And approaching this, I thought I could finally even out my body type. No, like, I have a gigantic spider physique, and this entire time I've been doing it right, but my program and everything that I've been doing it, the way I've been doing it, has been completely wrong. And it's because I haven't been able to focus on what's important for my body. And I see these people who get it in 2 years, 3 years, wake up, got friends, you know, they don't got these problems. And I'm not trying to sit here and be like, oh my god, look how bad my problems are. I'm just recording this because maybe sometimes it isn't all just my fault. Maybe sometimes it's a natural thing. Like, I can blame my social anxiety and the shit I'd say when I was younger to girls because I was a fucking dumbass and didn't know how to talk to women. I can say that's all my fault. But there's a fucking natural reason why that stuff happened. There's a real natural reason why. And it's because I was literally genetically predisposed to not having, sorry, I thought I heard something. Genetically predisposed to not having those skills. Like, that's really what autism is. It's like a social developmental disorder. That's literally what it is. And my body's shape is not built for really, like, I'm built to be a runner. That's why all the time I was in track and field, and why marathons sound like a fucking great idea for me. I've always been a runner. Always been a runner. Always been a swimmer. I've always been built for that. And now I'm doing something that's completely out of my range, and I see people online that have the same situations as me and take just as long as me to get there, and they're not even there yet. Like, I feel good seeing that, because it's like I can finally feel felt and heard. But yeah, I think I can finally get myself back on the road, because I've had a lot of feelings deep down inside of me that I haven't been completely truthfully honest about. And it's the fact that some people are just born with it. Like, there really are more talented people than you think. And I'm not trying to discredit their own work, but it's like, you don't understand, do you? Like, I don't want to bring up specifics, but there are some people that are just born to do this shit. Like, I hate to say it, but like people like Jeff Nippert and stuff like that, they were born into families which had bodybuilding experience. Like, that's not me throwing like shade, that's just a fact. Like, they were born into it. It was naturally predisposed. Their genetics were practically predisposed to being good enough for that sort of sport. Like, my dad is not a bodybuilder. When he gets home, he just sits down and watches WWE with the cat. You know what I mean? Like, he's not no bodybuilder. We were never bodybuilders. What I've been doing is completely separate to my family. The same way no one in my family really ever had like autism and stuff like that. So my family never knew how to properly deal with my symptoms. And as a matter of fact, they kind of hid it from me, but that's a different video for another day when I feel more personal. But my point is that, like, I can't even be jealous anymore. And if you're feeling jealous about other people, about where they're being, like, you really can't, because you don't know anything. And during my process, I figured to realize that there's a lot more talent than you think. There's a lot more talent than you think in this world. Those people that you look up to are a lot more talented and a lot more, given a silver spoon than you think. If you're struggling with something like Kanye West, for example, he'd hate to admit it now, especially with his crazy ass, but he was practically born in the suburbs. His mom was a college professor at I think Ivy League school in New York. Yeah, I think so. Because he was born in Chicago. So yeah, like you get these people who want to act like they came from nothing, like they're fucking Lil Tays, man. Like they're pretty much given the biggest silver spoon, and yet you want to go and compare yourself to them. Like, everyone's got most of the people who do this shit were practically predisposed to it. And I think a lot of people don't want me to say that, but it's like, it's so fucking true. It's absolutely so fucking true. Like, you don't get people who are like, how is it? Let's use Kanye for example too. He did the opposite in the rap game, because typically you had to be a drug dealer and you had to sell, like, I was gonna say sell drugs, but you have to like wear fucking jerseys, and you had to, be a gang member to get farther. Like, gangster rap was the shit, like, around the time when Kanye was getting around. Then you get this guy with polos and backpacks and shit. Oh, that's cool. But you get a guy with polos and backpacks and shit and colorful Bape hoodies, and he's trying to walk into the game like he knows something. No one wanted to take him seriously for the longest time. He walked into the fucking Rock Nation offices, and everyone there thought he was crazy. They're like, what's wrong with this guy? But that's the thing. The way he was and he projected himself, it was completely polar opposite to what anyone was doing at the time. And it's completely reasonable as to why he had to struggle a lot more to get where he wanted to go. Because, like, it's like being short and trying to get into basketball. Like, it's like being 5'6" and trying to get to the NBA. Maybe you can be good as a point guard or some shit. I mean, even then you need the wingspan. But it's like, you know what I mean? It's going to be more difficult. And what I'm trying to do, wow, it runs smoothly as fucking OBS, but sorry about that. But anyways, it's like, I came to realize that people have their natural limitations to things, and what we have to do, oh frick yeah, I got a name tag. But I realized in this moment, what you have to do is, whoa, that was a crazy bolt of lightning. But what you have to do is just work harder. Like, I'm gonna be like a little bit self-centered here and say, like, growing up, I felt terrible about myself, completely, utterly terrible, because I grew up seeing all my fucking classmates on, I saw all my classmates on like Snapchat and shit, going out to clubs and high school, going to birthday parties. I got 0 birthday parties in high school. I went to, I think, 1. In the 4 years I went to high school, I went to 1, and he never invited me back. Never invited me back. He invited me because I was a fucking clown. But, like, I saw these people that I perceived and still think were ahead of me socially, and I said to myself, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna do this, and I know it's gonna be more difficult for me, but I'm gonna do it. I didn't even know I had autism at the time. Had no clue. Only like a year into the game did I find out that I actually had autism, and I figured that out at 19 years old. I figured out I had autism at 19 years old, and I had to work around that. And that kind of shook my world, but it made me realize that in this moment, I'm struggling with this because of something that was out of my control. Like, my body type was out of my control. My genetic disposition to autism was out of my control. These things were out of my control. And I can finally give myself some leeway and say, you know what? This isn't your fault. Like, it's going to be harder for you, and you're going to have to approach it differently. But the good thing about what I've noticed with myself is, when it comes down to it, when push comes to shove, I end up doing very, very well. Like, when the pressure's on, it's game time. Like, I fucking work. And I think realizing my genetic limitations and who I am as a person and figuring out who I really am is helping me realize that these problems that I have with weightlifting, with skincare, with all this shit, it's going to be tough. But I guess in some ways it's going to be more rewarding. I think what one person said online, I forget the actual like guru who said it. He said something like, if it takes longer, or something like, the longer you wait to achieve your success in life, the more rewarding it's going to be. It's not going to be better than anyone else's. It's going to be more rewarding. And I really like that wording, because when you struggle with something more difficult to you than others in that field, when you get there, it's that you surpassed the limitations that you felt were upon yourself. Like, to be honest with you, I'm constantly thinking, like, why was I still doing this? And I still went to the gym. Don't get me wrong. I still kept going. But I kept thinking, why the fuck am I still doing this? And what I ended up realizing was that, now at least, the reason why I have to keep doing this is because this is me. Like, I naturally have the bigger stomach. I naturally am an autistic person that had to work harder for friends. Like, I can give up and do what's easy for me, but that's not going to develop me. That's not going to cause any challenge. If I do this and succeed, I can then prove to myself that I can achieve an even greater goal. Because I thought, like, 4 years ago, that working out was going to be the easiest thing in my life. And it's probably now the most difficult goal in my life. Not stress related, but just the work I have to put in. It is so much harder. And like, the people that say, oh my god, Tyler's a big bag, Tyler's this, Tyler's that, it's like, I don't fucking care anymore. Like, I really don't care anymore, because it's like, what do I say? Like, this is kind of who I am. I struggle with this, but when I succeed and I make it work, it's like, it's gonna feel so damn good. And I'm not trying to do it to like prove myself to anyone, but it's just like, my life will change and I'll be able to prove to myself that I can do something greater than myself that I thought. And I think that's what I'm going to end this video on, is that I had a lot of time of self-reflection and I thought about where I'm going and what I'm doing, and I realized my own self-limitations, and I'm going to work around it instead of pushing through it. The same way I did with autism and making friends. I'm going to work around my issues. And in terms of the content, I'm going to try and vary it up. I have like 4 vlogs that I can edit over this summer, and I still have the internship coming up, so I really need to consider that too, and the time management for that. But I think in this case, expect me to, record more in bulk. Expect me to continue doing what I'm doing. I have like a lot of videos I want to record, and honestly, that's kind of where I want to wrap this video's topic up. What did I just get? Oh, hell yeah. I literally saw on the loot table. This is like one of the... This is like... Look at it. It like does... It's like one of the rarest items to get from this. I guess that's luck of the sea for you. But I think that's where I want to end this video's topic on. Before I go, I want to show you the ideas that I've been creating for the world. And I want to show you kind of like... I was debating it because I didn't know if you guys were going to fuck with me. But I want to show you guys what I built so far. Obviously, I finished the bridge. Not directly underneath, but I have finished the bridge. Here's the dock, and when Anissa and I play, we're going to go to the ancient city, which if you take the stream, it takes you directly to a cave entrance, which takes you directly to the ancient city. That scared the hell out of me, I can't lie to you. Have this path here, obviously the garden's getting built, and I finished an enchantment room with chiseled bookshelves in here. Oh, that gave me goosebumps a little bit. Because, oh, come on! I'm getting the door open. Fuck this. Yeah, what a terrible time to play, game. Fuck wrong with you? But yeah, I've done so many raids in this village. The lore with this kind of town is that they're gonna be the Trailblazers instead of Trailblazers, the Trailblazers, hence the copper on the roofs. And they're gonna be a civilization that has continuously conquered the trial chamber that is right there. And the entire idea is that they're so strong and dedicated that they took the copper from the trial chambers and made it a part of their housing. And obviously they use acacia wood based on where they live and shit like that. And they're gonna have like a statue that I'm gonna show you, and there'll be like a fountain in the middle of the city. I'll put, or not in the city, of the town. I'll put it like maybe here and expand it out. And I have ideas, but also when it comes to me making houses for this too, it's like I'm going to make housing that makes sense in the world. Like, I didn't want to just build a house. I built a fishing dock that has unique like engravings like onto the side and shit, so that way it doesn't look like it's completely boring. And this is a garden, and maybe at some point I'll build like a training room to represent how they train and stuff. And I have 3 main civilizations that I want to focus on. And also I allow anyone who is around my house and joins LAN to be able to add to the lore. Over here by the trees where the ancient city is, they're going to be in an alliance with a cherry grove biome that goes farther out. And the whole point is that they're both connected to the ancient city, so we can say that they both explored it, and there was a bad blood between them, maybe about splitting the resources between the ancient city. And what happened was they ended up pushing away from each other, so there's walls built against each other's cities and stuff like that. And this kind of group, this main Trailblazers group, is kind of like a middleman in between. So you got the Trailblazers, like the rooftop raiders, I guess, or something like that, the treetop raiders or something like that. And then you have like the Cherry Grove Kingdom, or the Cherry Kingdom. I think I'll name it that. That's really cool, the Cherry Kingdom. And Anissa has this plot of like there being a Romeo and Juliet story with the warden killing the daughter of the princess. And yeah, so you've all seen this before. I decided to play around with this design specifically. I really like this, how it has the mace. And I'm going to put some sort of secret button here that can like showcase a stash of like items maybe. I'm not entirely sure. But I was playing around with fonts, and on the boat ride to the city, or to the town, I'll maybe build something like this, where it's like it'll just hang in the front. It'll just say like Trailblazers, which is so fucking cool. I keep hearing things. What the hell, man? And anyways, I'm gonna call my parents for sure. This is gonna be something I'm gonna build too. Okay, this is something I'm gonna build too. Tem Village. It's gonna be out of Endstone maybe. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna build it in a cave, but now I'm getting a little anxious. Hello? Oh, my parents are home. That's what it is. Anyways, I'm gonna go. All right. Wish you guys a good time. Like, subscribe, all that nonsense. Peace out.